I've been here since 1979. That must be over 30 years, I guess. Yeah. My name is Vince McIntyre. I'm 67 years old. I was born in the west of Ireland. I'm a farmer and I do woodworking, various, a jack of all trades, you might as well call me. Yeah. When I come to southern Ontario, I work for farmers. The immigrant kids, it was quite common for them to work at an early age, because that's what we did in the old country. And I got to dislike farming in the process of the things I had to do, and one of them was driving a tractor. Because my first experience when I come to Canada was I got to be the tractor driver, and it was kind of a traumatic experience because the owner of the farm told me, looked at me and figured I was a little bit too light to pitch bales, so he said, well, you can drive the tractor. But I'd never been near a tractor before. And then when I went to another farm that was more industrialized, and I did a lot of tractor driving, I found it quite lonely and boring. What motivates me is working with other people, but it has to be not just, it has to have some meaning to it, like come into my life that I've worked with. They're my heroes. Yeah, we have to have our heroes, and we have to see the good in humans, eh? And that's the way I find the good in humans, the people I work with. Most of my connection with people is through the stuff I do, and probably another reason why I'm not fond of machinery and tractors and so on, because it cuts out your communication with people. And though I find that the more mechanical advantages you get, the less need you have to communicate with people, so it dehumanizes the whole thing, and that's a lonely life. And when I come to farm myself, and I like horses, and you know, I like the idea of horse farming, and it's a clean way to do it, and it also takes a lot of skill. I decided that's the way I wanted to do it. I think it's a lesson right in the horses. It keeps you humble, because you know, with a tractor, people get on a big machine and they have that power, but with a horse you have to be polite. You have to ask them. You have to get their willingness and attention. And with a tractor, you don't have to do that. But if we want to get our power back and be able to do things for ourselves and not pay other people to live our lives for us, we have to be devoted. We have to learn stuff and stick with it. It will define our lives instead of us defining it. Up in the mountains there was lots of people and lots of little plots of land and gardens, and you see people coming down with their loads of stuff for the market. And today it's all industrialized, pretty much. So all the people are gone. Our nature is the same, to be ousted out of the nest at a certain, but with all the infrastructure and all the industrial whatever, makes us so that we don't have to grow up. We don't have to go it on our own. But you know, sometimes we have to go back and, you know, take another trail. You know, maybe that's where we're at. Maybe that's where the human race is at. To me, the biggest tragedy is that there's people today that they don't know why they're alive.